Hi, today's question is, what is business communication? Before we get into that, it is very important to understand what exactly is communication. Communication is the exchange of information or the sending and receiving of information. In other words, we can say that it is the process of passing information and understanding from one person to another. So, not only information, but also it is the process of passing on understanding. Now, the word communication has been derived from the Latin word communis, which means to share. Thus, communication is essentially the sharing of ideas, concepts, and messages in a language which can be understood by the receiver. Now we come to the point, what is business communication? Business communication is the process of sharing information between people within the organization and also with the outside world, that is with outside the organization. When we share information within the organization, that means with our superiors, colleagues, and subordinates, it is called internal communication. Whereas sharing of information with external stakeholders such as suppliers, customers, other stakeholders like the government, administrators, etc., is called external communication. Right? Now, from this, we go on to another concept which is called effective business communication. When communication helps us to interact in such a way that we are able to achieve organizational goals, then it is termed as effective business communication. Now, what is the importance of business communication? Researchers have defined that managers communicate at least 90% of their time. That is, more than 90% of the time, managers are only communicating. Therefore, it is very important that people who aspire to be managers have to really develop and make their communication skill very sharp and good and effective. Before we end, I'd like to highlight the characteristics of communication. Now, communication is an ongoing process. It goes on and doesn't end with a single episode. Also, there should be a meaningful exchange of ideas and thoughts, not a superficial one, but for communication to be effective, there should be a meaningful exchange of ideas. Also, whatever is being said should be understood in the same context. There should be no confusion, there should be no ambiguity. And this can be achieved only when there is a confirmation of the message from the receiver. That means there is a feedback. Therefore, we can say that the feedback loop is most important and essential part of communication because it establishes that the communication process has been completed and the information and the knowledge and the understanding which was passed has been understood in the same way and in the same intention in which it was communicated. Thank you very much.